What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. I'm filming this tomorrow for me. Big Chap Bust finally comes back to the collection. So we lowered Dog Alien next to the Dog Alien 1/3 now, so rotated his angle. But very excited, very excited to get this back in the collection. Y'all probably wondered what happened to it. I sold it, made about $3,000, went without it for about 3 months. So that was the only reason it was gone, just making some money in the process. We still have a few more statues for sale, and as you can see, I've actually put Infinity Studios trunks here. The reason is I've found a way to fit KD trunks. I lowered the shelf one, and it was able to fit it. So, yeah, we can just sell Infinity and keep KD. Eventually sell KD if a different, better trunk comes out. This is a fantastic trunks, but the reason I want to keep KD is, one, I like the base better, and it's overall better trunks. Two, it's a unique version of trunks, his Bojack version. Where this is classic, which is always the best. However, I'm getting the classic with the Z Warriors. So I'd rather have two different types of trunks versus, same costumes, just one action pose, one museum, and the Z Warriors. So we'll let this guy go. $700 shipped. There is a few issues. The ball logo broke off right there. Collar is a little bit damaged right there. More so damaged in the back, like there's a crack right there. It's in the back, so you never see it. It does light up in the key ball and all the aura effects. It does come with two different heads. Fantastic piece overall. I'd still say it's probably the second best trunks out there. Majin Vegeta still for sale, 1,100 shipped in the US. Comes with everything you see there. Swap out bust, COA, 2 art prints. He comes with that plus a arc reactor, or AC adapter, and COA, which is in the box. You'll notice that Rotunda has been moved back. Chasing Collectibles, another YouTube I joined recently, he told me to just keep Khaleesi down low since she's looking up. Raise Alita. Keep Rotunda there so it's next to all the other Jurassic. This time I actually put Rotunda on a Lazy Susan so I can rotate it as need be. Goodness. So he's on a Lazy Susan now, which is nice. But we actually ended up putting the Prime 1 Predator in its old spot, as you can see. I put Raptor Bust back to where it was before. I can't have Raptor Bust facing this way, but I just prefer it like this. I just think the display looks better. Yes, it is a tiny walking hazard. You just have to be a little careful walking around it. But I just think it looks much better. So, before we check out the Predator display, let's come in here. So, a few things. Yeah, so basically, from standing up, that's where I lowered the shelf. And I'm actually just going to put Z Warriors there because I think it deserves the better angles. From standing up, yes, I can't see Cell's face good. Boo, the ball's blocked. Still see Androids good. But it's like the same thing with Broly. If I'm standing, you can't see anything. That is the reason I got this nice little chair. Because I was able to lower this shelf just one knob, which made it the exact same size as that one. But when I'm sitting down, I have perfect angles, of everything. And so I basically just put trunks over there with Gohan and Vegeta. So, it works. It works good. And that's like my Saiyan's little corner, but we'll put Z Warriors here because I just think it, deserves that spot. Krillin also still for sale, $375 shipped. He's a fantastic piece. The likeness is like it just came out of the anime. And KD Goku is sold, so don't worry about that one. It's just on a 1-week payment plan. But Krillin, I'm surprised hasn't sold yet. It's still the best Krillin in the market, $375 shipped. That's a killer deal for a sold out piece, limited to I think like 112. So yeah, pick up. I love that Krillin to death, but I just don't have the space, unfortunately. The only place I could even potentially put a statue is behind that Boo. And I'm like, I could technically fit something behind him. And I guess I wanted to squeeze something up with the bust, but like I said, I don't want to do that. I also did change the posters a little bit. Actually hung the Reptile poster, Sub-Zero directly above. I think Reptile works just because it's green above Jade. And it goes in order, and Scorpion's now over there, so by him. But, it goes yellow, green, blue. And so poster-wise, it matches. I think it fits good. And there is one thing I am considering, and I wanted your guys' opinion on the matter. First off, look how amazing that display is. Oh my Jupiter's cock. I love that Jill Valentine so much. It's so sexy. But I was wondering, I obviously have some space back there on that, white shelf. The only other main Resident Evil character I'm missing, for me personally, I got Jill, I got Leon and Claire. Obviously there's, Chris Redfield? Don't need him, but Ada Wong. She is another one. I love Ada Wong in Resident Evil 4. First off, she's incredibly hot and sexy. Love her. And I was just thinking how awesome it would be to get an Ada Wong right here. There's basically a giant empty space right here. And I do have more or less about 9 inches, but you can push it into the window well. So you could realistically fit a 12-inch base and have it poke off if you want to. But if you put a statue just right there, and I could even raise this shelf. If I put some white risers, I could raise it about 4 or 5 inches. So it could be much taller as well. But just tall enough to where the head wouldn't hit that ceiling. But I was just thinking, I could throw an Ada Wong there. Now, there's a lot of Ada Wongs. There's customs. Most of the customs are over-sexualized. There's nude versions. I just want a game-accurate version. There are a few that look pretty good. And I don't need a naked Ada Wong, even though I would love that, but they always make her boobs way so big, and, I like game accuracy. So I just want a game accurate Ada Wong. There is the Dark Side Collectibles one. It's pretty good. I know the detail isn't as good as, this Prime 1. Like my buddy said, it looks like a Sideshow 15-year-old statue. So I'm worried about that. The fact, I also worry about the scaling, not scaling appropriately. If you look at, this Dante, which is still for sale, look at the head size compared to, Leon and Claire. It doesn't scale perfectly. And if Ada is the same scaling as Dante, then I definitely don't want it, because it won't scale good. It has to be the same head size as these ones. If any of you own her out there, could you please confirm or deny, does it scale with Claire, Leon, and the more true Prime 1 scaling, not that scale, which this is for sale. We'll just lower the price, $550 ship. That's incredibly cheap for that piece. Huge box too. But overall, it is a great piece. It scales more with gaming heads and first 4 figures, just not Prime 1. You compare the head sizes between the two, it's a whole scale difference. But if you have first 4 figures, old Sideshow gaming statues, gaming heads, it scales perfectly, honestly. And I guess you could say it scales with that Weta lore, because she's also underscaled in my opinion. Her head is quite a bit smaller. It's just a little less noticeable because she's a very tall statue. And you could just argue that she's a petite woman. But there's no doubt that that is underscaled. Both the raptors and her. Realistically, a raptor, that raptor's the same scale as that, and that's a 1/6 raptor. So it almost makes me think this is a 1/6 scale statue. I would say lore is at least 1/5, but the raptors are 1/6. So other than that, it's an amazing statue. Paint, detail, sculpt, concept, 10 out of 10. It's incredible. The paint could be a little bit better on Laura herself, her face, but it's still really freaking good. Still the best overall Laura, if you ask me. Anyways, what do you guys think of Ada Wong by Darkside, or is there a particular custom? Because I haven't looked too much into the customs. I just know, looking on eBay, they're all extremely over-sexualized. Comes with, a nude version, and same thing can be said about, Tifa Lockhart. I would love a solid Tifa, but I still haven't found one that, is game accurate. They'll make her boobs either too big, her butt too big. Her butt isn't massive. It's, good size. But it's not massive like her tits. Her tits are huge, double Ds. But then the statues that make them Fs, ridiculous. And the poses are always wonky. The bases aren't good. I wish Prime 1 would just deliver us Final Fantasy VII. Because to be brutally honest, I would absolutely make space for Final Fantasy VII statues. That is one game for me. 100% I would make space. I would sell some things. Probably not Prime 1. But, you know, if anything, I would remove Zelda somewhere else and put FF7 right there. You know, you give me a Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, and a Sephiroth. Kind of like my old Final Fantasy setup, just Prime 1 detail and scaling. You know, because I liked my old FF7 statues, but I looked at a video and I just think the likeness was off on all three characters. I mean, Cloud was okay, but Aerith off, Tifa off, sculpt lackluster, paint lackluster, underscaled. Sephiroth was actually probably the best overall one, but he still was underscaled in comparison to Prime 1. You know, but I would love freaking Final Fantasy VII statues. You know, unfortunately, Prime 1 hasn't made any announcements, and I'm sure it would be extremely expensive. You know, like, wonder if they'd charge similar to the, what was that, Final Fantasy 3 or 5 or whichever one, the giant 1/6 Terra one, that thing like $12,000. Oh my gosh. Just charge me $1,500 and I'll buy them all. I'll buy all four. I don't need Barret or Red, just the three, although, goodness, the new character in the new one, Yuffie. I love Yuffie. All right, yeah, so let's check out the Predator over here. So let me show you kind of how I did this. So first off, this spot really has to be a standalone piece because I'm not putting any more Warcraft. Technically, I could do a Lord of the Rings piece. Although I feel like if I did Lord of the Rings here, I'd want Lord of the Rings there. You know, and I already kind of like ended it with like the creatures, and this is like the cutoff. And then this is a separate Warcraft. You got separate, you know, Ninja Turtles. And then you put G.I. Joe there. So Predator, he fits overall pretty good. You know, he's a huge piece, which I feel like the closet, you need a big piece. Plus you need something to like, you know, fill the cabinet behind. Because anytime I've put a statue in my closet, I always like to fill up the little shelves behind. I don't want to leave those empty. You know, I did it with Zelda. You know, I have it with Joker over there. I got the props and masks and whatnot. So him, I threw this Predator Blu-ray here just to have a Predator Blu-ray because my classic, you know, 87 Predator movie's over with my Cinema Cat. But then we threw this bust here, you know, with the Hill Kit, Med Kit, and then the three heads with the logos on each side. Now, I technically could throw a logo like on top of here, or theoretically you could glue one or use some putty to put it in the front. But I like this look. You know, and doing the mask in the middle since the other two are unmasked. I feel like that works pretty good, you know, and I have lighting all throughout as well to give, you know, overall good lighting. You know, but it's just like a great standalone. Because I'm really trying hard to resist the Prime 1 Predator line for several reasons. 1, money. 2, space. 3, they're overscaled. As you can see, I mean, these are technically 1/4 scale, but they're so big that they, you know, as you saw when I had it in my main room, it doesn't scale with anything in there, and it just looks out of place. In a closet like this, it looks less out of place. Like, you know what I mean? You know, because you kind of have like 3 different scales, but it's in its own designated spot. I can have this as a one-off. I don't need Berserker, Wolf, or any others. You know, this is its own display. You know, when I'm looking at Warcraft, I'm not looking at him. I'm looking like this. You know, same thing about everything else. So that's why I kind of feel like it's a good closet standalone piece. And if I keep it here and I hold firm, I avoid City Hunter, I cancel Berserker when it's delayed or shipping is increased. You know, get my deposit back. Don't order Wolf or Scar. And frankly, just get off social media and not look at future statues. Then I can avoid the temptation and just have this as a one-off. You only need one. And if you're going to only have one, you got to have it as the Jungle Hunter. So, I'm trying hard. Of course, it's tempting, but, you know, to sell my entire AVP line, I would lose a ton of money because the values drop drastically. 2, it wouldn't flow and be as, you know, symmetrical as I would want it. The aliens would all look underscaled. And I know Prime 1's apparently going to do aliens same scale, but then that means I have to sell all my aliens, which also aren't good in resale, you know, looking at recent sales posts. So it's like, and I'm very happy with those aliens. The detail is perfect. You know, these are just bigger. They're not necessarily more detailed like that Prime 1 Predator. Like it's not more detailed than my big chap 1/3. You know, so Besides, what else could they do? Like, it's just going to be different poses and bigger. You know, maybe a better base, but I mean, like, my Alien Warrior base is already perfect. So, yeah. One cool thing is, you know, I have a buyer for my Pure Arch Sauron. He like threw a deposit down. He actually only wants the helmet. He doesn't want the base. So he's going to let me keep the base. I sell it for the price I want. And I can just keep Barad-dûr, you know, here with Sauron bust. So, you know, I think that would be great. And I may even just throw the finger, you know, right here. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it looks great there. But yeah. So, as you can see, you know, going down the Prime 1 Predator line is such a deep rabbit hole, because then it's like, I feel like I'd won them all. And, good God, there's always, how many, 5? And then you'd want to get the aliens to match. Well, right now, my aliens and Predators match. The detail's great. The paint jobs are great. The poses are good. You know what I mean? So we just get Big Chap and just keep Prime 1 Predator over there. Realistically, I should not put any statues here, because anytime you put statues, it immediately blocks anything behind. I guess the only thing you could do is a very small one, but even like this, it's like blocking, you know, like, look, I can't see that Doc Alien bust. That's a very expensive bust. That's incredible looking. I don't want to block it. I want to be able to see it at all times when I'm in this couch. So that's why I'm thinking it's best we don't put anything there, or if you did, it'd have to be like, I don't know, something that's wide and not tall. But even still, that's an 18-inch statue. It's already blocking stuff. You know, I thought the Queen T-Rex, but I'm like, Jupiter, that's $6,000 plus, and it would block so much. We really need to not put anything here. Anyways, folks, I'm about to play some Final Fantasy VII. Just got done at the gym. So, yeah, check out the Alita. I mean, Alita always works good there just because she's a robot. Arnold's a robot. She fits there with her 1/4 perfectly fine. It's spacious. So, yeah, and I can still see Khaleesi perfect. Anyways, folks, that is it. If you are interested in statues, please message me. I'm also still highly considering Black Adam to go right there, and then the Mark 43 right there on that little it's a corner shelf I put black fabric over so it looks like it flows good, but he would just go perfect right there. As you can see, it doesn't stick out from that shelf. It's like a nice, you know, so it looks good. So most likely I'll be, you know, at least getting Black Adam, Mark 43, then this room is done. You know, we're getting very close. Very, very, very close. I mean, theoretically, once we get Big Chap bust, all we need is the 1/3 Terminator line in this room's complete. And I guess 1/3 Celine. You know, the Marcus looks really good. Although the one big thing I will say about the PCS versus ECC, I can guarantee you the paint app on this is going to be better than the paint app on the, you know, PCS production unit. Maybe not the prototype, but, you know, also I love this fabric. This fabric is extremely nice quality and very good. You know, multiple colors, and it just looks incredible. And obviously, a flying pose to me is sicker than a, you know, kind of lunging forward pose. Although I'd love to potentially get their William. It's much different than this guy. Alrighty, folks, that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.